Hello friends, I hope y'all are doing great. We are going to have some fun today. I just wanted to challenge us and make a really fantastic card. I haven't made it yet, so you're going to be making it live right along with me. But we are using this new suite of products called Let's Go Fishing. It's just in time for, I think, a lot of things. You've got Father's Day, of course, if you have a living father, or father figures in your life, or sons that are fathers, then that's fun. If you don't, I'm sorry, that is hard, but we always need masculine cards in our life. I think about, like, it's also graduation season, so those of us that are sending cards to people, this would be a great one. And then also, this is a neat set for retirement, so you can tackle that as well. But we are going to make this card because I just wanted to. It is so cute. And we're going to go ahead and get started. It may take a bit, so grab a soda and have a seat, and we will make it together. Now, we are going to use this new suite. It's from the new annual catalog. The suite is called Let's Go Fishing. The bundle is called Gone Fishing, and it has lots of great sentiments. I love the mixed fonts here. And then we've got these stamps that will layer, and we've got dies to match, of course. So that, and then we have this lovely designer paper, and it's got lots of fish that you can cut out with the dies. I'll show you. This is a card we're going to make at the catalog kickoff card class, either live or online, coming up in May. You can sign up for that right here in this video information. Super cute, but you can cut out that little fish. And here's the back side. Super cute. It's very, very bold, masculine. Well, not bold. I think it's very cool. I just like it a lot. This looks like a cool shirt a guy might have, and we're actually going to use that piece for our card. We've got some fishing poles that aren't just like screaming out fishing poles. A neat deal there. This is a cool background with just some blue fish. Ooh, that would be a pretty card. With this, that'll be a very popular pattern. And a couple other patterns that we have here are, got this little ocean wave with kind of this is like a map. Very muted map. Super cool. And then we have little fishing lures. And we've pulled in that copper clay. So we've got lots of new colors here. Wild Wheat, Misty Moonlight, Boho Blue, Pebbled Path that are featured. But it also pairs well with some of our older colors, Mossy Meadow, Vanilla. And anyway, let's get started. We're going to make this tackle box card. So I'm going to keep this close. Let me set it right here. And we're going to start with a thick white base, which I'm just going to cover with and you could use vanilla here as well. I just realized it was vanilla, but we're going to use white because it's what's in front of me. Just want to make sure I'm not shaking the video. Okay. So we're going to cut this 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So that we'll have our little card base cover, and our whole card base will be with this cute little pattern. We're going to stick that down. Love it. So definitely get a whole pack of this paper, if not 2, because you're going to want to use it in so many different ways. So we've got our little card base there, super cute. And I can see that I got a little, I'm not going to worry about that. All right, card base. Now, we are going to start by making this tackle box here. All right, and we're going to use Pebbled Path. I like it. It's a good bold neutral. So we're going to cut that out. And I'm going to start by cutting it in half. This looks like we're going to get 2 pieces out of it. And let's pull out our dies. Now, just a little tip for you. When I'm using my dies for the first time, I like to just kind of draw a line around everything so that I know where things go. I've taken the fish out, it goes right there. But that helps me. For me, I'm a little ADHD. I don't know if you can tell by my videos. Haha. But I don't necessarily put everything right back where it goes immediately. So I want to be able to know where everything goes once it goes back. So I know that we're going to use many of these dies today. So I'm going to go ahead and give myself a little break here. And I'm not real careful about it. As you can see, we are just giving ourselves a guide for where these dies are going to go once we take them off. So first we're going to need this die and this die. We're going to make our tackle box. And luckily, not surprisingly, Stampin' Up! Made this the size of a card front. Thank you. Hello. Holler at me if you're here. Say hello. I'd love to see who's watching. All right, so we're going to keep our die cutting machine closed today because we're going to be using it quite a bit. All right. Set that down. And we are going to, let me see if I can get, no, can't get them both in one cut. We're just going to do them separately. So we're going to cut out the tackle box first. So cute. Aw, I'm sure I can find something to do with these little guys. And then we're going to cut out the outside of the tackle box, because why not? I love to copy cards from the catalog. There are people that are trained and paid to make pretty cards for Stampin' Up! And I love to copy their ideas because they're all so cute. So that's what we're doing today. We're going to copy this idea straight from the catalog. Now I'm going to put this here, hopefully close, so I can reach it. All right, so I did bend that quite a bit. Don't do that. Okay, so we are going to stick this sucker straight down to our card base. And then let's pop this one up with the dimensionals. Now, we are going to use the baby ones here because we don't want them to show. Maybe we don't use dimensionals. We'll just see what it looks like. There's a few little places where you can sneak a dimensional in here. Let me see if that shows. I'm not gonna put it there. Let's see. There's a few little places where you can sneak one. Yeah, for sure. All good. Move that one over a smidge. All right, so pop this down. You could even cut your mini dimensionals in half, but we're not going to do that today. All right, it looks like we're going to put it like this. Oh yeah, that is so cute. So that's our little tackle box. Love it. Now we're going to make all the little things that go in all the little holes. So I'm going to start with this stamping hole, and they did do white heat embossing, which is cute, but we're not going to tackle that today. What I'm going to do is pop this thing back in my emboss machine with a white scrap. Actually, yeah, I think I will do that. And just cut a white piece to go in there. Just that. So that's all I need. I'm not going to run it through the whole thing, but I'm going to make it easier on myself and not do heat embossing. So I'll show you what I mean here. So we're just getting this piece, and we're going to use our pebbled path, and we're going to stamp Happy Father's Day there. Love it. And that little sweetie is going to go in the tackle box. And it'll fit just perfectly because we used that very same die to do it. All right, so that's our first little guy. And then there's a stamp in here that has a little wave. So like a wave stamp. So we're going to start with that one. And we are going to stamp just some Pebbled Path waves into our tackle box. So we're going to go here, here. We could probably go, I don't want to get, yeah, I got some on there. Wipe that off. Probably should do this part before you stick your tackle box down, because you can see I got a little there. But that, so that's step one there. Now, we are going to create some of these little elements in the tackle box. So these lures, the bobbers, that kind of stuff. So we need some white scraps, and we're going to stamp a bunch of these. It looks like they used stamped off copper clay here on some of these. So we're going to stamp our, let's do this one. Let's just get them all out. The fishies, the tackles, the bobber, and I think that's it. We're going to need this piece as well, and this piece, and no, yeah, we will need that, maybe, and I think that's it. Okay, so let's go ahead and get a bigger white scrap. All right, so let's work on our little elements here. So let's start with our bobber, and let's stamp that off first. I'm going to stamp that in Pebbled Path, and then it looks like we're going to stamp a little, what do you call it, like a, the bottom of the bobber, and it looks like it's in Poppy Parade. But we're definitely going to stamp that off first. Although my ink pad is not very dark, so that might work perfectly. Oh yeah, that's going to work really well. So we are going to give ourselves a little Poppy Parade there. Oh, it's so cute. All right. And then we're going to stamp our little open. This is another little fishing lure. Stamp it off first. And then we're going to come in with Poppy Parade again, but we're going to stamp that off a couple times. Well, let's try that again. And just get a real light stamp there. Oh my goodness, so cute. All right, now we're going to stamp our 2 fish. So we're gonna just, I'm doing all of these pebbled path. 1 fish. I'm gonna stamp that off. 2 fish. And then the inside of that fish lure is gonna be, we're gonna make 1 with pebbled path. I mean, sorry, 1 with Misty Moon. Oh, Mossy Meadow, and 1 with Wild Wheat. So let's get those out. So let's start with Wild Wheat because it's lighter. So if you're going to use 2 ink pads in a row, you should always start with the one that's lighter. And we're going to go full strength here with our Wild Wheat. And we're going to stamp 1 Mossy Meadow. There we go. So we've got our 2 little fishing, I guess, a couple more lures. Now we're going to do this other lure, and it looks like they've actually stamped this in 2 colors. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stamp it off with the pebbled path first. And then I'm going to come back in with this little piece. And we're going to stamp that with boho blue. And see how that looks. Oh yeah, that's cool. So we've done this, 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 this. Now we need to do this one, and then the others are die cut. So we've got 1 more lure like that to do. We're going to stamp that off in pebbled path again. And we're going to stamp it in boho blue. So we definitely need to clean that. Get that Poppy Parade off of there. And now we're going to stamp this with boho blue, but we're going to stamp it off first, just to give it a little, make it a little less bold. Nice. All right. So this looks like all the lures and things that we need to create. The other things are made with die cuts. So let's go ahead and cut out all of our lures. And we will bring in our fishing dies. I love, love, love it when our dies match our stamps. It just makes it so much easier for us in our crafting worlds. Okay, now we are going to grab our, we have our washi tape that we used last week to hold our things down, and I just saw it. Oh, here it is. Oh, I have some pieces here. So we're going to line this up, stick down our washi, line this up, I wouldn't necessarily make this card for like 20 swaps, but it is a very special card for someone that might be having a birthday or might be retiring. If you're just gonna really honor them, then it's worth it. Oh, I don't have any sound. Oh no. Still no sound? Let me check something. I don't know why you don't have any sound. That's weird. Yeah, let me know if it's still no sound. I suppose I could have my headphones connected to it, which I've done before. Let me try. Let me fix something real quick. All right, we'll see if that helps. If you're watching, sorry about the sound. I think my headphones were connected to, and they weren't, so y'all weren't hearing me. Or maybe it's just Gable's thing. We'll see. All right, so we've got our first few sets of lures. We're just going to start dropping them in there so we won't lose them. Oh, it's so cute. All right, so I've got 2 more to cut out here. One more little lure. All right. Let us cut these little guys out. So these other 2 guys are ready. Now, the next thing we're going to create is our couple of bobbers. And we're going to need white, copper, and Poppy Parade cardstock. Oops. So let me grab, I have white and copper, but I need to grab some Poppy. So you're going to need just a smidge of each of these because we're going to make some little bobbers. So here's a little smidge of Poppy, smidge of white. We also need a smidge of silver. I'll grab some of that. A lot of times you just need a smidge of silver, so I don't throw away hardly any silver. And one more is the copper. Make it of that. All right, so we need a little bit of each one of these. Now, we are going to use our dies. So we're going to use this die, the silver. We're going to use this for the bobber, and this for the bobber, and this for the bobber. All right. get our machine back out. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut out some silver weights. We're going to cut out this, lost one of my dies. We're going to use this here. I don't know if that die got stuck to something. I think we can just use this one twice. All right, so we're gonna do that. And then we're gonna run this triangle-y one back through with, use my take your pick tool, get that out. And then we're going to run this back through with the white. Make one more of those. And I think we'll have all of our pieces that we need to finish our card, except for we got to get a little twine. Oh, there's the die I was looking for. It got underneath this. So we're working with all these little pieces here. And put all these here. Okay, so we're gonna start building our little pieces. So this is our, let me see if y'all can, I'll put an envelope down so you might can see this better. We're making these little pieces here. So we're gonna build this one like this. And I'm gonna just honestly use a little bit of Stampin' Seal. And we're gonna stick this down here and this down here. So this is, oh my gosh, that is so cute. We have one little bobber. Khaki, I know you can't hear me, but I think the captions come after I upload the video, maybe. I don't think they happen like until after it's uploaded, maybe. I don't know. All right, so that's the bobber. All right, so we did all that. Let me get some twine now. I think I'm gonna use white twine. I think white would be cuter. Actually, I'm gonna use linen because that's the one I can find. All right, so we're gonna make our little bobber. I'm using linen thread here. So what we're gonna do is twist this around. And how do we want to do that? Let's wing it back here. And whenever I'm trying to do something like this, I will grab a glue dot or Tear & Tape, either one, but I think a glue dot would actually work. And actually, what would work here is a dimensional, just to trap that where it is. And then we're going to put another dimensional down. And then we're going to cut that. We're going to wait. let's get out our tackle box. Okay, let's start assembling our tackle box. So we're going to pop this little guy up with a mini dimensional. It's the little bobber. And this, we're going to stick a glue dot back here because we are going to pop this down. It is windy out there. I don't know where you are, but the wind is kicking up there. We're going to cut that, and we're going to snip it to the back of this little, what do you call it? Weight. Okay, I feel like I have 5 fingers right now. Well, I do have 5. I feel like I have about 8. And we're just going to stick that, well, we have to take off the little knobby. The little dimensional backing. This is really cute. It's worth the effort, I promise. Oh yes, that's super cute. And then, let's see, we'll just tuck that behind there. We'll probably need to put a glue dot back there and wrap that around so that it sticks to something. There we go. Nice. Okay. Now we're going to pop on our little blue lure. Everything else, I think, is going to be pretty simple with dimensionals popping up here and there. Just sticking our blue lure here. Now we're going to put our wild wheat and our Mossy Meadow lures in the tackle box. So cute. I mean, this takes it to a whole nother level here. And then we've got this one. Now, it looks like what they've done is just they've attached some twine to it. And then I'm just going to cut a bit of it and twirl it around with my finger. And then trap it again with the dimensional. You can also use tear and tape to do that. So there's that. And then I'm going to trim that off a smidge because let's go ahead and stick that little lure down. And then what we're going to do is find that other sinker, whatever that thing is called, weight sinker. I'm sure all my fishing buffs are watching this video can tell me all the proper terminology for this stuff. But we are going to pop this little sinker down right amidst all that cuteness. And see if I can, might need to put another, let's put it, not instead of on top of the twine, let's put it like between the twine, there, then it lays flat, okay? And then you've got 2 more of these to just pop on. Now, if sometimes your dies don't line up perfectly because your eyes were crossing, Just a little tip, you can get your scissors, your snips, and you can just trim that out so that it doesn't bother you. So we're finishing up this little guy with our last two little fishing elements. We have another lure and a bobber in this little hole in the tackle box. Okay, you guys, that is a cute card, and I knew it would take a bit. It's an over-the-top card using a lot of the stamps and a lot of the dies from the Let's Go Fishing suite. So I recommend the whole suite, $161,546, $72. You're going to get, the designer paper, the bundle, the stamp sets and the dies, and the Twisted Rope 3D embossing folder. So I do want to show you that card. If I can find it. I buried it. I just had it with our little fish. Yeah. So this is the embossing folder. It makes a twisted rope. We're going to make this at the card catalog kickoff next week. So make sure and sign up for that. And we're going to make a couple more cards, one with the monkey and one with the daisy suite. So make sure, sign up. If you come live, the class is is Tuesday the 23rd at 6:30. I think I said next week, but it's week after next. And the online class is on Wednesday at 1 Central. So sign up, and when you sign up for the online class, you'll get the PDFs emailed to you for free. So I hope that you'll join us, and put that on your calendar, and we'll see you then. All right. Bye.